We're back with a brand new episode. I know it's been a while, people, but we have families and stuff, and we got to take care of first. But again, we are back today. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. We got 2 movie reviews we're gonna do for you guys. We're gonna do a live Odyssey talk. We're gonna do a little bit of Odyssey, and then we're gonna talk about spoiler free. I don't want to go into this craziness because the movie is still out. Some Spider-Man, brand new day. We're going to talk about all that stuff. Again, spoiler-free for those of you out there. We're not going to spoil anything. Most of the stuff that we will talk about was already in the trailer, or you might have saw something where people were talking about. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fantasy, where everyone are in the rankings for that, and what are we looking forward to in some stuff. So anyway, with that said, I'm your host, Ash Figueroa. That's my co-host, Nate. Nate, how you been, buddy?
Oh man, I've been doing good. Been a while. I feel like we haven't been live in it's probably only been like 3 weeks, but it feels like 8 weeks.
It does.
So I'm excited to be back, talk some movies. You know, I saw Spider-Man a second time, so I have a slightly different feeling than after the first time. So that's good. Odyssey, I saw it so long ago, but I remember it, so I'm good. Looking forward to chat because me and you haven't really talked too much about your thoughts on that one. And Spider-Man you just saw today. So, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in the chat, get their thoughts. Hopefully they've seen it or something. Very, very good.
Yeah, all right. So with that said, because it's a jam-packed show, I do want to get our thoughts across from these movies and stuff. So let's go right into the box office. Let's see what's going on in the world of the box office and cinema. Give our thoughts on it, because I am so shocked with these numbers. And crazy. I really want to talk to you about this, and the chat also. Again, guys, if you want to chime in and everything, leave your comments. Leave your thoughts on the comments. Me and Nate will go through them like we always do, and we'll give our thoughts on everything you guys want to talk about. But with that said, let's talk about the box office. I pulled up our new site by the numbers because Nate.
This one's better.
This is way better. This is domestic only, so it's not giving us the world. But trust me, let me just tell you, Spider-Man is about to hit $1 billion.
If you click the movie, it'll show you the worldwide total.
So I'm gonna go from number 8. I could go maybe lower. Maybe they have 10. All right, I'll go with
10.
8.
Yeah, they have 10. 10 is right there. Obsession.
Obsession is number 10? Oh, okay, yeah. So we got Obsession with another $470,000. Okay, that's not bad. Young Washington with another $477,000. I Want Your Sex, $600,000. The Invite, $1.2 million. All right. Hadestown, right?
Hadestown, the musical.
Hadestown. Yeah, that's a $2 million. Moana, $5.3 million. We're gonna talk about it in a few. Minions and Monsters at $5.8 million. Toy Story 5 at $6.3 million. The Odyssey at another $51 million. And of course, Spider-Man at $353 million on a 3-day weekend. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. We're going to talk about that right now. I'm not right now. Let's talk a little bit because Nate is the pulse of the theater. So I want to see his thoughts on everything else before we talk about the 2 big hitters here. Okay. Nate, what do you think?
Rapid fire on just a couple of these. Obsession, yes, still in the top 10, and it's already on digital and on disc. You could buy it, and it still is in the top 10. And the thing that's impressive is $470K, but only in 430 theaters. So, the per theater average look was higher than the 2 movies above it, and was close to number 6, 1,000 per theater. So pretty impressive. Hadestown, the musical, that is literally, Alex, that is a filmed stage musical. It is not a movie. It's like when they did Hamilton on Disney Plus. Yeah. It's like that. They're on a stage and it's a musical. I've never seen it, but apparently a lot of people are liking it. It's doing 18 million for that is pretty good. The Invite, now US, it's at 22 million, but worldwide it's 32 or 33.
Want me to pull it
pretty
up
good.
Worldwide?
Yeah, just click it. Okay, almost 33. So that's actually very good because that is a low budget comedy from A24, and it's a great movie. I loved it, but it's doing well. And then the Odyssey, another good hold. Honestly, with Spider-Man coming out, only a drop of 43%. Very impressive. That is near $1 billion. It's I think 911 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 911 million. So it's going to cross $1 billion. And then, dude, Spider-Man. All right, me and you talked offline. And I was like, I don't think it's going to make the 800 they were talking about because Sony themselves were projecting it soft, like softer than they were projecting 180 to 200 million opening. And they were under by, it made 355. So they weren't even close.
Yeah.
Worldwide's always kind of tough. You never really know what it's going to do overseas. This thing is an absolute juggernaut. Second biggest opening of all time behind Endgame, both domestic and worldwide. That made 1.2 billion in its first weekend. This almost 1 billion. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I am surprised at that number because Spider-Man is very popular, the most popular Marvel character, if we're being honest.
Right.
But and this is the fourth Tom Holland movie, and it made almost $1 billion. I think it is very impressive, and I'm genuinely surprised it was that high.
Let me just tell you something. Hey, what's up? What's up, Jeff? Jefferson.
Jeff's here. Jay's here. Rob's here. Harrison's here. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys? So let me tell you something. So I saw it today, and I saw this thing. I mean, I saw the Hulk's nutsack. That's how close I was to the screen. I was in row B. I told Nate, I was like, "Have you ever seen this close?" Like, I sent him a shot of where
I couldn't even see the whole screen. All I could see was like a one little part of the screen.
So but anyway, so I was like, "Oh my God." Let me tell you something. This theater was so packed. It was, first of all, it was 11 o'clock in the morning. They had an 8:15 showing, and there was massive people leaving that theater. 11:45 showing. It was so packed. There was not children, but like teenagers, kids, infants, whatever you want to call it. They were all over the theater. When they showed Tom Holland for the first time, he's dangling with his mask and he's there with the Samsung Fold. The theater, ask my wife, the theater went nuts. The kids were like, "Yeah, Spider-Man!" And I was like, you know what? I'm not one of those that get angry when people talk, because I'm like, you know what? It's their reaction, and it's a kids movie, so I can't even get mad at that. Spider-Man's a kids movie. It's a
family film, essentially.
Exactly. So it's not like you're seeing a serious movie. And I actually brought a smile to my face because the kids were all like, "Yeah, Spider-Man!" That was pretty cool. But yeah, and my wife told me it's been 5 years since Spider-Man's been on the screen. The last time we seen him was in Avengers Endgame. Was No Way Home. No Way Home was the last time we seen him. Was 2022 or 21? You want to say
21? I think.
Yeah, 21. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was the longest we haven't seen Tom Holland Spider-Man on screen. So I was like, it kind of makes sense why everyone's flocking to see this thing in the theater, and not the fact that you got the Hulk and Punisher in this movie. Also, so again, the Punisher came out with his new movie on Disney Plus, so that pushed up the whole, the whole amp for people that love Punisher. And the fact that you haven't even seen Bruce Banner on screen since God knows when, so you got him. So and he's your favorite character. So again, a lot of people just fly. Nate, let me tell you, this thing was packed, brother. This thing was packed, and the showing for the next was a line to get in, and I was like, holy crap.
So I saw it the first time, actually at the theater that when you were here, we went to that AMC in Disney Springs.
Okay.
I saw it there the first night, and it was full, but there was some seats in the front. Like the first 2 rows, there was seats. And that was a Thursday night, 8 p.m. show. When I went yesterday, I went to my local theater, my Regal, and I went to a 6:45 Saturday night. Every seat full. Front row, the whole front row was full, packed. The concession line was long. I love to see it. I'll be honest. I always get a little bit sad when I go to the movies on Thursday and it's just me getting snacks and the theater's empty. There's just a vibe when it's full of people and everyone's talking and they're in line and they're all wearing Spider-Man shirts and freaking people are dressed in full costumes. Spider-Man. Getting popcorn, and I love it. So it's great to see a packed theater. But yeah, dude, every showtime is either sold out or all you could get is one seat by itself in the corner and one on the other side.
Yeah, it's phenomenal because honestly, I've been going to the theaters now for this week. Me and my wife try to go as much as we could. And every time we do that time slot, 11:45 or whatever early, it's not much people. It's not. And when I saw this theater so packed and there's kids and everyone's getting into it, I was into it. I was like, all right. I was like, cool. And you know what? People were quiet. The kids were quiet. They laughed when needed to be laughed. There was no stupid. No, people were just into the movie when it was jokes to be joke. When stuff happened in the movie, people was gasping. People went nuts for fighting sequences, and I was like, yes, this is the experience you want to have every time you see, whether it's a action movie, a drama. Like, you just want to feel like you're part of the event. And I thought it was really cool. I thought it was phenomenal. When it came to the Odyssey, it wasn't like that. This was the older crowd, so our theater when we went to see it, super packed, of course, but it was just dry, like you were in school. Like, it's weird to say, but it felt like you were like in a class. You're just sitting there, you're watching the films, and then at the end, people clap. They're like, "Yay!"
Yeah,
which was weird.
I saw the Odyssey in IMAX. So we have multiple IMAX theaters. I saw it in like the IMAX near me. I'm going again Wednesday to the real big one. Which, by the way, I just found out it is the largest IMAX screen in Florida, but it doesn't have the 70 millimeter projector, which pisses me off. I'm going to send them an email. But anyway, I went to the IMAX near me, and yeah, I went on opening night. It was full, but you're right. Like, the vibe was different. I mean, there are different types of movies.
Of course, yeah.
Like, people cheered in the Odyssey at the end. I mean, it's been out for a while.
When he comes back.
Let's say the scene, like when he does his return, like the scene with the bow, that whole thing, people like, ugh. But Spider-Man, bro,
nope.
So many, I won't say them, but so many scenes, at least 5 or 6 times. Cheers, or people going like, oh, like that, when certain things were revealed. A different vibe. I had a good time. I agree with you. I mean, people, I don't care about that stuff. As long as it stops when the next like part of dialogue starts, I'm okay with it. So I like the energy. It's a different vibe, but my Odyssey screen was also full, but quiet, very quiet.
It's weird. I was like, wow. Like I said, I enjoyed the Spider-Man viewing. I can't wait to see how Avengers Doomsday is gonna be, because that's gonna be bananas.
Just like this.
Yeah, that one. I doubt Clayface is gonna bring this type of, because it doesn't have that connectivity to the world. This is just a solo thing. But with Spider-Man, I was kind of happy how they did it. Very well done. But anyway, that's that. Let's just get into these reviews. Let's start it off with the Odyssey. Oh no. Let's get into the to do it, run it off quick, is the box office, so people know the box office stuff, and then we'll go right into it. Okay. You take it away.
All right. So we have the updated scores for the box office game, and I'm gonna run through them really quick. I'm just gonna say what everyone has and anyone that made an incredible leap, because yes, someone did make an incredible leap because of Spider-Man. So currently in 11th place with 43 points is Triborough Gigolo. Or in 12th place, I'm sorry. Team Triborough, 43 points, only has one movie out. Then next is, and me and Alex talked about this, and sorry to her, Team Angelina in 11th place, 356 points, with both her number 1 and number 2 movie out. It's not looking good, Alex. Your household, you will be, I think you will have a higher score than her when it's all said and done.
Yeah. I'm going to sleep in the couch.
Yeah, for real. Only 1 point ahead of her is Team Eli with 357 points. Still has his number 1 pick yet to come out. He has Hunger Games, the new Hunger Games movie. Team Tony is next up above him by 6 points, 363. Tony's number 1 movie already came out, and I think his number 2 or 3 as well, but he still has 3 movies yet to go. Team Alex, you're right above him. There is a gap, though, 516 points. You have 2 movies left still to come out. Mm-hmm. Then you have above you is Team Glenn, 837 points. He has both of his first top 2 picks. He's very upset because his number 1 pick was Supergirl, and it was a huge bomb. Then Team Bin, right above Glenn with 991 points, most of that being the Odyssey and the $911 million that it's made. In the Gray and Evil Dead Burn did not do huge business for him, so he's there. Next up above him is Team Evan, who of course had Super Mario Galaxy, which did make $1 billion. He has 1,036 points with just that and Hokum, I think, so far. He still has Godzilla. He still has Coyote and Acme, so he's still got some movies to come out. Next above him is Team Brad with the biggest jump so far in the whole competition. He was in 11th place. He's now in 4th place because of 1 weekend of Spider-Man. Yeah, he is now up to 1,056 points. Look, Spider-Man might make $2 billion, and if it does, he's going to win this game. Triborough, at this point, it's that and Doomsday to me. I mean, 2 billion is going to be too hard for anyone else to beat, but we'll see what happens. He's at 1,056. I'm in third place currently with 1,111 points. Both of my top 2 movies came out. The Minions really screwed me over. This is the lowest grossing Minions movie ever. It's still over 400 million. However, Project Hail Mary did great for me as my second pick. So that's the only reason I'm doing well. In second place currently, Team Rob, and he's catching up. 1,454 points. He does have his top 2 movies out. Backrooms, which did very well. Toy Story 5, which did crossed $1 billion. So all the $1 billion movie people are in the top spots. And then number 1, Team Rich. Now, I'm going to give Rich some credit here. Okay, Team Rich, he's in first place, 1,522 points. His number 1 pick was Michael, did cross $1 billion. I'm going to give him credit because I don't think anyone will pass him as far as the most amount of weeks in the first place spot. If we gave away a consolation award, our buddy Rich would win for being in first place for the longest amount of time. But that being said, all his movies are out and they're all done making money. So at this point, it's now just going to be everyone catching up to him and trying to pass him. Rob's right behind him. Brad should be ahead of him by next week. So Ben might catch up to him soon. So I don't know. Rich, shout out to you for having a great run. But all his movies came out in the first 5 weeks of the competition. So he has nothing left for the rest of the year.
Well,
it's been fun though, keeping track of all this.
It's been fun, but I gotta say is the thing. So this is very different from sports fantasy, and it's really hard because if you don't pick a box office movie, you're gonna be dead last. And you starting to notice that. Like even I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, if you're top 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5,
you have the shot at the best movies.
Yeah, if you're 6, 7, 8, and 9, you're done. You're pretty much whatever movies you pick, and it's one of those you might have find a diamond in the rough, like Obsession or whatever, and that's a lucky thing.
No one picked it.
It was not even on the list. But anyway, yeah, like if you don't find that diamond in the rough, you're screwed. You're pretty much gonna be last. There's no way you're gonna catch up. I mean, so it's very interesting. Again, I'm not mad. I mean, it is what it is. You just got to know your movies and whatever. And the movies, to be honest with you, that a lot of people picked, I thought they were going to be good, flop. So, and Angelina picked some strong ones. Yeah.
When we were done with the draft, a couple people told me that Angelina's team, they were scared of. Because He-Man, I don't know. That one, I wasn't not sure. But Moana was expected. Like, if you look at Lilo and Stitch or look at the other live actions, $1 billion movie, it may not even make 300 million worldwide or 400, So you're right. Supergirl, huge bomb. Mandalorian, not a huge bomb, but not as high as even the 500 mark. Minions, every other Minions made 900 million, and this one is at 4. So what am I going to do? Meanwhile, you have the diamonds in the rough, like you said, Obsession. Project Hail Mary, I'm proud of.
Pride. Yeah, that one.
Glenn picked Devil Wears Prada 2, made almost 700 million.
That's right.
So you could hit on your second pick if you're honestly, you know what it was, Alex? Everyone in the top of the draft had the best first picks, and everyone in the bottom half had the best second picks. Yeah. Because they could pick close together. So unless you hit on both, it's going to be tough.
Well, if your last pick, you're screwed.
Yeah, Team Eli had the last pick, and he did get Hunger Games. Yeah. And if he would have picked Project Hail Mary, who knows? He could have been looking at, over $1 billion to 2. But anyway, I think Team Brad's in good shape. I think Triburrow's in good shape because I think Doomsday is going to do huge numbers. Yeah. And also special award to Harrison for having 0 points. Still none of his movies have come out. He's just hanging on with 0 points.
He is. All right, so let's get into it. These are going to be spoiler-free. We're not going to go all crazy into it. We're going to start it off with the Odyssey. Again, spoiler-free. Not crazy with this. Me and Nate never talked about this movie at all. I seen it, didn't say nothing because I knew we were going to go live at some point and talk about it and our experience watching it. And then the same thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, we're not going to go spoiler-free, so don't worry about it. I mean, it's going to be spoiler-free. I'm sorry. We're not going to go heavy into it because it's still a brand new movie. Okay, with Odyssey, Nate. I really liked the movie. I just felt like it was way too long. And I know the movie because I was talking to my wife and she goes, yeah, but the poem and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I get it. But I think I am so fatigued with sitting on these movie theater chairs. And you got to think about it. You got 30-minute trailers. then another 3 hours on top of it. So like for me, I'm just so fatigued with it. And I guess it's just the type of movie and stuff. Because like honestly, if you gave me a 3-hour Spider-Man movie, I think I would have just been there like, chilling. I was like, oh, this is amazing. But for that movie, I just felt like some of the pacing at certain areas of the film, for me, I just felt like it was draggy. I was like, this is way too long. Like, I felt like I was literally in the journey with this dude trying to get home. I was like, oh, Lord almighty. But with that said, I think it's one of the best shot movie that I've seen this year. And I'm talking about real locations, the camera work on boats that is a real freaking rowboat. It's not a CGI boat on the ocean. So I really got like motion sickness at certain points because it was just rocking all over the place. I felt like the story was very engaging, but again, pacing, whatever, to me, I mean, other people think it's great. That's great. But for me, I just felt like it was just certain areas I didn't care for. Tom Holland was really good in this movie. Matt Damon was really good in this movie. And I mean, the entire cast was so freaking good. And I had no problems. And I'm going to say it now. I had no problems with the Black Helen of Troy. The whatever her name is. I don't know her name.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita. I had no problems with her because she wasn't even the main focal point of this movie. She was there
about
for like
2 minutes of
seconds.
screen time.
Yeah. I didn't care. I thought anyway, I think she's gorgeous anyway, but for the movie itself, I had no problems with it because it was just a here and then bomb, she's gone. Like, I didn't know certain actresses were in this movie. Because you didn't see their name on the billboard when they were promoting the movie. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if people seen it, so I don't want to like. It's you know what I'm talking about when he's in the beach and he's stranded.
Yeah, she's in the trailer. She's in the trailer.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to say.
Talking about Charlize Theron?
Yeah, I didn't want to say because I didn't know it was like a big thing. But yeah, Charlize Theron. I didn't know she was in the movie, so I was like, oh snap.
Oh, surprise for you.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I was like, holy crap. I didn't like this dude is stranded with Charlize Theron on an island. Sign me up.
I'm never going home. This is my home now.
Take me, Calypso.
Give me the drugs. I'll just stay here with
take
you.
me the Black Lotus.
That was funny.
You know what I thought of, dude? When I saw Charlize Theron and she played Calypso, I thought of Captain Barbosa when he was like, Calypso! The goddess of the sea.
Naomi Harris.
Naomi Harris, yeah. I was thinking of that because I told my wife, I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell you what's in the island with Calypso? With Charlize Theron? I was like, sign me up. And my wife laughed so hard. She was like, you're a dummy. I said, I would not come home to you, baby. I would have like Calypso.
I live on that island now. I don't even have a wife.
Right. Yeah. I was like, what? Who? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. But no, at the end of the day, I thought it was an intriguing story. And you know what's crazy? Because we did it on the Easy Plug. We did it for the Action Movie Guys podcast. We did Troy.
Yeah.
And while Christopher Nolan shot it beautifully and everything, Nate, I don't want to make
like
this
Troy better.
I did like Troy way better. I don't want people to be like, oh, and I'm not saying nothing is overrated or I'm not going to say hot takes or whatever. It's not a hot take. I kind of like Troy way better. I felt like the Achilles character, he had an interesting story. The battles were really cool. I mean, I know they're different, all this. And this takes place after that whole battle with Troy. So, I don't know. I just feel like movie-wise, I like Troy. And I don't want people to go crazy. Oh, you don't know film. And Christopher Nolan.
Oh, it's your opinion. You like
so I don't know. Again, I want to see where between those two films. But to me, I kind of like Troy more. But I do like this one. I am going to buy it on 4K. I do want to see it again. I was talking to my wife about, we should see it in a big screen. And I was like, do I really want to sit through a seat again? Where I'd rather see Spider-Man again. If you ask me which one of the two would I want to see. But at the end of the day, phenomenal film. I think it's a phenomenal film. If I had to rate it, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
All right.
For myself, it'll be a 4 out of 5. Or I've seen a lot of people give it like masterpieces and like 10/10s and all that. But I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Scott loved it. He was like, I'm gonna grow my beard and get the helmets. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, that's what you want to do. But yeah, so I give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was great. What did you think?
Okay. couple of things. And then, guys, in the chat, if you saw the Odyssey and you just want to give us your quick thoughts or a score, and I'm going to go back and we're going to read everything after this review. But, okay. I really enjoyed the film as well. I thought it was great. Now, I feel like this, and even the next movie we're going to talk about, I feel like most people might be a slightly higher on it than me, but I did think this was a great movie. I agree with everything you said on the filmmaking aspect of it. This is a spectacle. This is a movie that they don't make them like this that often because they're so reliant on CGI. Yeah. Does this movie have CGI? Yes. Does it have a ton? No. It's in like 3 scenes pretty much. Everything else is makeup, actual extras, actual people, actual boats, locations, water, mountains. Like, it's real. It's tangible. You could touch it. You could see it. Sure, there's sets, but like physical sets. It's not green screen and all this kind of stuff. So I think it looks amazing. Sounds amazing. One of the loudest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
I was
very
deaf
loud.
when I felt like I was at a concert. Like my ears were ringing. Not in a bad way, but like it was just like that was loud.
Yeah.
So on that level, I thought everything was great. I agree with you. I think the cast, I've chosen to not even worry about things like casting anymore, other than if it's just an actor I don't think is that good. In that case, I might be like I was gonna say our boy. It's really just my boy, Jai Courtney. I don't like that guy. Yeah. I don't want him in any movie. He was in that shark movie and he was okay. Other than that, I hate him. So if I saw he was in a movie, I wouldn't care who he's playing. I'd be like, ew. These actors are actors I've liked in many movies. Anne Hathaway, great. Tom Holland, great. Robert Pattinson, great. Matt Damon, John Leguizamo, Charlize Theron, Zendaya. Zendaya's fine. Like, I don't really have a problem. So I've gotten out of the whole thing of like, oh, it's not accurate. They're not Greek. Please listen. In the history of movies, none of these people are what they're playing, right? Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. plays Sherlock Holmes. You think he's British? No. Did anyone care? No. Nobody said, hey, he's not British. Get him out of here. You know what I mean? Like, everyone liked that movie. It's happened throughout history. We did a movie, another plug, Action Movie Guys podcast. We did Joe Kidd, our boy John Saxon, playing a full-on Mexican. Dude is white as can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So I don't care, especially when we're talking about fantasy. If it's real life, that's a little different. I don't think you could, we can't have like a Chinese Abraham Lincoln. That's kind of weird. But other than that, fictional characters, do what you want as long as the acting is good and the direction is good and the story's good. I think all those are good. I hear your point about the length, but honestly, this is about as short as you could make this movie. Because it'd probably have to be about 4.5 hours to really get everything. So you have to cut a lot. I do think there's some great moments in this. Some horror movie. The Cyclops scene is like straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
The freaking witch scene in the house, horror movie. That when they go to eat.
I gotta say the transformation.
Scary.
It has to be the best transformation scene I think I ever seen on screen.
And it would hold a lot.
So well done. Bro, It was so, and I'm like, okay, Oscar season, they got to get something for that sequence because I was like, makeup.
It was so well done and scary. Like, it was literally like a horror movie, that whole section. So
I
love that. But I do think it's a great movie. I think the action is good. I wish there was a little more. I understand it's not an action movie, but I wish it was a little more. Like, some of the battles are pretty quick. Like, the Battle of Troy is too short. Even though they show it like in little bits here and there, I wish it was like longer. But it is cool. I enjoyed it. I thought the ending was great. I think the last 30 minutes of this movie are phenomenal. My favorite part, easily. I thought it was great. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and I'll stick with that because I have not rewatched it yet. I'm going to see it again, like I said, Wednesday. I honestly don't think my score will change, but I'm at a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's like Nolan's best. A lot of people are like putting it right at the top. Nolan's best movie. And that's fine if they think so. Not for me. I'm not there with it, but I do think it is a phenomenal film. As far as Troy, one of the main differences with this and Troy is Troy pretty much completely strips out the gods and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just humans, right? Like, it's just Achilles and Agamemnon and Menelaus and Helen of Troy. Like, you got all the people, and I think that's from the Iliad, not the Odyssey, but still, they just strip out the god element. Whereas this, they don't strip it out, but it's not super heavily focused. There is a lot of stuff that is cut out. So like Poseidon, for example, like they just talk about him and then there's big waves. But so at least they do mention it. Whereas in Troy, they don't. I love Troy as well. As far as better, I don't know. I've seen Troy so many more times. So it's tough because I've seen it like 20 times. I've seen this once. In 10 years, do I think I'll like this better? I don't know. But I do love Troy as well. I love Troy as well. Like I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, I gave this a 9 out of 10. I think it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. I mean, like, I got to see it again. I think that's what it is. I have to give it another watch and see my overall thoughts on the film. I think that's the best way to say it. All right,
I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. Yep. So Scott said, I just saw the Odyssey again today, packed theater for a standard viewing. All right, that's good. Tony says, comics, by the way. I haven't seen Bring a Brand New Day yet. I'm waiting for a couple of my family members to go watch it next week. All right. Well, don't worry. We're not going to spoil it. Harrison wanted to know if he's still the only one with 0 points. You are, Harrison. You are the only one with, yes, unless someone's going to lose money. Joel is here. Dark Rooms You. What's up, Joel?
There you go.
They're all saying hello. Tony says, Spider-Man Brand New Day box office just proves to everyone that comic book fatigue is not real. The only thing is mediocre and bad movie fatigue, like Supergirl. Okay.
Wait. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll pin that. Let's pin that because that's
that one.
Yeah, because I feel like that's really wrong to say about Supergirl, because Spider-Man had 6 other films he's tied to where Supergirl's not. You know what I mean? But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. It's a pin.
Yeah. We'll touch on that. Yeah. Rob says, "Someone get these beggars out of here." Great, the best line. Robert Pattinson.
Oh, that's right.
Funniest. It's the meme. Yeah. Somebody get these beggars out of here. I love it. Every time I see it, I laugh. Joe says he's watching Deliverance for the first. Oh, good luck with that. That's
I never seen
movie.
it.
Enjoy. Tony says, question. Thoughts on the legal battles between the 2 Nightmare on Elm Street movies in development? All right, we'll save that for later. Tony says, proves that those moron haters, everything is go see the movie in content before, hated on it before it comes out. And those diversity casting wasn't even a big deal. Those actors weren't in it that much. I think he's talking about
the Odyssey.
Because he hates the other channels. I mean, we're not going to say who, but I think that's what he's referring to. So the Odyssey was good, but not great. Those historian epics can be hit or miss for me. This was beautifully shot and made the actors were really great, and the storyline was interesting. But he won't watch it again. Tony does not want to see the Odyssey again. Scott says the Cyclops is terrifying in IMAX.
It was
Tony
terrifying.
Says, it was loud as hell. Tony says the witch scene was really good, and it oddly reminded me of Disney's Pinocchio, where all the boys get turned into donkeys. What? Actually, not a bad comp. And then Tony says Kingdom of Heaven, I may put over Troy and the Odyssey. Only the director's cut, by the way, because the regular version is not that good. Kingdom of Heaven is more divisive. I do know people who love it, but I'd put that on par with Troy as far as people's opinions. They're more mixed. Odyssey, it seems like everyone loves it, and it's the greatest.
You know, I was thinking of with the Cyclops scene in the cave. I thought like the BFG gonna come out
with that weird fruit,
with the big fruit. He's like, hey, everybody,
BFG, or whatever he says, farts and whistles and whatever. And then he farts on him, and then everyone runs out.
They fart in the flames, and they get hit. Okay, so I'll just tackle this quick before we hit Spider-Man.
Okay.
What was the thing he
comic
said?
Book fatigue?
Yeah, what he said about...
He says comic book fatigue doesn't exist, only mediocre and bad film fatigue, and he used Supergirl as an example.
Okay. My thing with that is, it's wrong to compare Spider-Man to Supergirl because Spider-Man has a built universe around it. And Tom Holland, this is his 5th time playing the character, right? 4 because he was in the Silver.
4th in the solo movie, but 6th in counting, or 7th counting Avengers movie.
Right. So he has 7 times he appeared. So people already know who the hell he is. This girl's the first time she's appearing on screen as Supergirl in a movie that they're trying to develop into a bigger universe. So I just say, look, personally, you can't do this. Apple to oranges when it comes to that. Yeah. You can't do that. Now, if you want to say more with the whole fatigue, you can say that. But I don't think comic books were always a fatigue. I just think the product itself is what people don't like. Whether they're forcing certain objectives down people's throats. When you see it in the trailer, you're like, oh, I'm not going to see this, because you could already see what they're forcing, or the subject matters, or whatever you want to say. It feels forced. But with Spider-Man, you're not getting that. You already know the universe. You already know how Tom Holland is. You already know how the last movie ended with this character. You just want to see more adventures of Spider-Man. And I think, and it's a kid's movie, where Supergirl's not a kid's movie. No kids, no Supergirl at all. No kids, no Supergirl. Let me tell you, my theater was all kids with Superman stuff. Girls, guys, little kids. They all have sweaters on, buckets, the soda cup. So again,
I got a bucket.
You got a bucket? They sold out of mine. So, oh, that's a cool one. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I like that one. So for me, I don't know. I just feel like it's apple to oranges again. That's what I feel like.
I agree with your assessment. I will say the only thing I would push back on Tony with is I do think superhero fatigue is real. There are just superheroes who are immune to it. If a Spider-Man movie comes out, it's gonna make money.
Yeah.
Period. If a Batman movie comes out, it's gonna make money. Look at the Batman, right? 800 million. Look at all the Batman movies. They make money. And there are superheroes that kind of transcend the superhero fatigue claim. I agree with him that I don't think Supergirl is a good movie, but I don't think that it's just that people don't like, because there was plenty of people. Look at the Thunderbolts reviews. Go and look at the reviews for the Thunderbolts. And I mean, people, and not just critics. Look at audience. People liked it. It still underperformed because people are tired of just so many superhero movies every year. We got to a point, Alex, what? We had like 4, 5, 6 a year?
Yeah, you had like
the two studios?
6, and then you had like an extra 4 or 5 TV shows. And then they intertwined it. So you were forced to watch the TV shows into the movies, which, and I talked about this years on this channel. I was like, if you're forcing me to, and that's why I stopped watching Marvel. I told you this. I was like, I don't mind watching Marvel movies, but if you're forcing me to watch TV shows that I don't care for, to watch the movie to understand, then I'm out. And I did. I stopped watching it. The Spider-Mans were easy because all I did was I just put the last Spider-Man movie because it connects to this one. That's it. I didn't need to watch TV shows. Now, the Punisher's one, I believe they said it connects because of the way he is and all that. But I'm okay with Punisher because he didn't have 20,000 seasons.
Right.
At all.
One of his own, I think.
Yeah, he had his own one. I mean, the 2 Netflix ones.
He was on Daredevil.
Yeah, but he was on Daredevil Born Again, which I was like, amazing. But that was like a cameo, right?
And
like,
season 2 on Netflix 10 years ago. Like,
right.
You don't have fatigue of him.
No. So, and then Hulk, the last time you seen the Hulk, like, so again, fatigue, you're right. Fatigue is there, but it's certain characters and certain what story you're telling. Because Avengers, you put Avengers, you're going to make $1 billion because everyone loves to see the Avengers together. Now, if you do a Justice League, you're not going to get $1 billion because the last Justice League movie was half and half because it was the Zack Snyder cut, then you had the Josh Whedon cut. So it doesn't matter which one you go with, but it's not going to make as much money. It's just plain and simple. But fatigue is not there. I don't think it's just, I don't know.
No, fatigue exists.
I mean, it exists,
Tony's saying it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's there.
Brad, who's now Team Brad here, he says, of course, he's climbing up the charts in the game. He says Spider-Man transcends comic book fatigue, Tony. And he's absolutely right. It is the exception to the rule. If the rule is currently that there is comic book fatigue, Spider-Man's an exception. Batman would be an exception. If a Batman movie dropped tomorrow, it would make it a whole lot. Would it make $1 billion opening weekend? No. But would it come close to it in total? Yes, most likely. Because those are Marvel's cash cow is Spider-Man. DC's cash cow is Batman, movie-wise.
Superman.
Even Superman, I mean,
they're pretty good. It did
pretty good, but it didn't do 800, 900, a million. No. And the last 3 Batman movies, and even like BVS came close to $1 billion, I believe. I think it made like 700 or 800 million.
Was it
more
Batman
than just
Superman?
Yeah.
That was 874 million. For those people
almost $900 million
that said the movie was garbage, the movie hit 874 million.
It was a success. Like they may not have liked it, but it made money. And the reason why Batman was in it, because Man of Steel did not make $800 million. So my point is,
Superman, $618 million.
Okay,
That's a
it's good same team.
success. Yeah.
It broke even to my knowledge. I don't think it made like hella money, but it did. It wasn't a bomb. It wasn't
No.
like Supergirl's a bomb, like an epic failure. But anyway, let me just see. There's a couple points. Harrison says Spider-Man is going to make more than Supergirl and Superman did combined. That's true.
Yes.
It already has.
Already hit 9 million. Yeah.
It already has made more than both of them combined.
Yeah.
And then, Superman 2025 broke even. Barely broke even. Yeah, it did break even. But the fact is, either way, just to move on, Tony, I think Alex and I'm going to disagree with the point of comic book fatigue not existing. Because if Spider-Man Brand New Day was a horrible movie, let's just say it was terrible. Yeah. Let's say it was like the biggest piece of trash. All these theaters were sold out way in advance anyway. It still would have made $700 million this weekend. It was not because of great word of mouth. It's because people love Spider-Man. So I disagree with that idea that there is not comic book fatigue. It does exist. You can't. The point is, you used to be able to put anything out. Remember? There was a time where you put any comic book movie, it's going to make money. That's not the case anymore. Now it has to be good, or it has to be one of the big
IP guys.
Brands. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I agree. All right. Look, spoiler free. Like I said, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Me and Nate haven't talked about this, so we're gonna talk. Like I said, I'm not gonna give no spoilers at all. Dude, let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
This movie, in the words of my man Michael Scott, is freaking awesome. This movie is freaking awesome, dude. I love this movie. I know because I edit your stuff, so I know how you feel, and I want to get a little bit more in. And then off camera we'll talk.
I had to talk so fast.
Yeah, so because I want to talk to you more about it, and then off camera we could do more spoiler stuff to see where you go. Our minds could connect. But I would say this: going into this movie, I was kind of iffy because I was just like, oh man, how are they gonna add all these characters and right the Hulks and like how many? Because I'm very big on time. Like how much time does Hulk got? How much time does interacting with my man Spidey? Yep. So I was a little iffy. But let me tell you something. The guy who put this script together, I got to say, he is a chef. He did everything so perfect with the characters, the interactions, the time spent on screen with certain characters and Spider-Man. I thought was well done. Very well done. It's very hard to do that type of thing, right?
By the way, written by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. They were the writers.
They did a phenomenal job. They did a great job on how to blend everything. I said it's freaking awesome. I like this movie a lot. I'm going to say it right now. This is my favorite Spider-Man movie out of all of them. And I'm not talking about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Tom Holland's, this is my number one. I'm going to watch it again, but this is my number one. Because my number one was Homecoming. I was like, that movie was my joint with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, me too. That was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was my one. I was like, oh my God, this is really good. It felt like Spidey. But this one, I said, oh no. This one just knocked it down. And I was like, this is it. I was like, this is the one that felt, and it's crazy to say this because a lot of people say Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is the pinnacle of Spider-Man comic book. It feels really right. I feel like this one, to me, personally, and I love Doc Ock. I think Doc Ock is the best on-screen Doc Ock. And if Tom Holland ever has a Doc Ock in his universe, it is what it is. But I think this movie, to me, not trumps it, but it's par with Spider-Man 2. While Spider-Man 2 is a little bit better, but I think this one, to me, is on par with Spider-Man 2. Like, the storyline is so emotional. There was times that my eyes were kind of watery because it dabbles a little bit on the personal side. We never get to see that. We never get to see the Spider-Man side, the personal side. We get to see the Spider-Man, and then he has to save the day. Somebody's hurt, and then No, this is now dealing with the psyche between Peter and Spider and Spider-Man, and I loved it. And it really jolts the emotional side and how he's like alone. And I'm like, bro, this is pretty good. A little bit that Batman psyche of Bruce and Batman. And this one tackled it very well. And I was like, oh, this is really good. I was like, I don't know where they're going to go with here. I thought it was really good. The Punisher, everyone knows Punisher is in the movie, so that's not a spoiler.
Yep.
The best chemistry on bro. I was laughing my ass off, and I was like, bro, sign me up for Punisher and Spider-Man other movie. Like, if Punisher has a movie, Tom Holland has to jump in it and do something, because their interaction, to me, glued the movie. While you have the main focal point of the film with Peter Parker, and everything, but that Punisher, it just glued the funness. Great. Bruce Banner, I was a little torn with Bruce Banner because I think in terms of the Hulk, there's copyrights with Marvel. They can't have him on screen for a certain amount of time, which I didn't know that. I was like, oh, damn. So that's why he was on screen for like a few whatever. And I was like, really?
I think the deal is that Disney has to approve every little thing that Sony does with their characters.
Yeah.
So yes, they could say you could have them, but especially because they also had Punisher and they also had another character, you could only use them for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
tops.
so it was kind of weird. So the movie with the part with him in it, I was okay with. The bigger part of the movie, I said, oh yeah. Like I like that part. But the first half, I felt like it felt kind of short. I wanted a little bit more of it. I just felt like it was just more of a, hey, look, he's in the movie, he's still in the universe, he didn't die. That's what I felt like. I don't know if you felt the same way. Like, where is Bruce Banner in this universe? Like, you finally get to see him, but I just felt like it was underutilized for the story that they were telling. But the other big part of it, you could sign me the hell up. I thought that sequence, I don't want to spoil it, but that sequence alone, I thought it was first of all, the best version of that character we've seen on screen. Better than the other, better than any other versions of that character except for Thor Ragnarok and the ending of Avengers when he beats up all the aliens in the sky. I think this is the best version of the Hulk on screen. You got certain cameos of other characters, which I would say I was a little thrown off with certain things, but in my mind I was like, okay, we're building to the bigger universe of characters and what's going to lead up to Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. But at the end, this was a phenomenal movie. I could see why this is going to crack maybe $2 billion. It's a phenomenal film. The action is freaking amazing. It feels like you're playing the video game, the way he maneuvers. If you play the video game for PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, the way he maneuvers and he shoots and he's doing all the stuff and he kicks, it's in the movie. I was like, holy crap, you're literally playing the security guards with the electricity sticks. I was like, that's in the video game.
I think even the swinging, they did base a lot of it on the games.
Yeah, and that's another thing I gotta say. It's not spoiler. The way he swings in the movie is the best swinging you see in the movie, besides the Andrew Garfield one, because this is one of he has a really good one too. But this one was so dope. The way it's so effortless, like the way they shot it, he's running and then he just puts the mask and he just dips. He's like falling off of like these big ass skyscrapers. And if you watch it in whatever format, you feel like you're in the suit, which is really cool. And my favorite shot of the whole movie, it's in the trailer, is in his eye. When you see his eye and he's breathing and everything is just silence. And I'm like, wow, you finally get to see what it is, how it is inside the suit when he's like dropping that fast. So I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I don't know if that's a big focal point of the movie, but the whole metamorphosis thing that he's in the web, is that in the trailer? When he's in the web?
Yeah.
See, I don't want to break into it much because that is a big part of the film. But what I'll say about that whole thing, amazing, and it makes sense. I'd want to talk about it because I really got excited because when that part happened, I said, wow, he grew up. Like in our eyes as moviegoers and if you read the comics and stuff, you're like, oh, okay. Like, I don't want to say much, but it's like, okay, he grew up. Like, this is freaking awesome. But yeah, at the end of the day, what do I rate it? Man, I'm going to give it, as a first viewing, will be a 4 out of 5. When I see it again, most likely will be a 5 out of 5. But I will give it a 9 out of a 4 out of 5. I think this is a great movie. I highly recommend it.
All right. Okay. I don't even disagree with many of your points, to be honest with you. Now that I have more than 3 minutes to talk, because I gotta keep.
Oh wait,
things.
Nate.
Yeah.
Tony says, "Does the Punisher curses the whole movie? He curses.
He doesn't drop an F-bomb. When he's
He
about
says,
to, he gets stopped.
Yeah, he gets shot in
But
the
he
mouth.
curses a lot of the other curse words.
Yeah, he says shit. He goes, yeah, he curses though. He curses. He doesn't drop the F-bomb, but he does curse. He'll say holy shit or. But go ahead. You have more than 3 minutes now. What you got?
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. Second viewing, I saw it twice. Okay. I went Thursday night and I went yesterday. So took a day off in between, thought about it. I will say my score increased by a point. Nothing crazy. So I'll just start with my score and then I'll tell you why. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think an 8 out of 10 is my kind of like final score for this. There are actually a lot of parallels to Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. I still think that is the best Spider-Man movie, live action, because I think the Spider-Verse movies are phenomenal. But live action, I still think. But there are a lot of parallels here with that movie, because that movie, like this one, to me, is very slow paced. They're both slower paced movies. This is not a boom, 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 everything happening quick, fast movie. Matter of fact, there's action early on, and then there's no action again for like a long time in this movie. So pacing wise, I'm just going to start with my negatives, which I normally do the reverse. I had some issues with the pacing both times. I do think it could have been trimmed. For me, for my taste, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like there's a few things that I'm like, we spend more time with this than I think it needed. And again, we're doing spoiler free, so I will not spoil it. I will not. But I will say, because they're in the trailer, so everyone knows, I'm basing everything on the trailer, what was seen. Ned, MJ. I think, you could stop me if you think I'm wrong, but I think that what happened in the last movie with them getting their memories wiped, right? They don't remember Peter Parker. They remember Spider-Man, but they don't remember Peter Parker. I think this was an opportunity to introduce other characters for this movie other than Ned and MJ, because they don't remember him anyway, right? So how cool would it have been to introduce like this universe Gwen Stacy, let's just say, or even like Black Cat, who him and Black Cat have had like, on and off little flirty type things, to introduce a different flavor. That even if you want to go back to MJ and Ned in the 5th movie, now there's a conflict, right? Because now he met another girl, and now it's this. I feel like it could have been there. To me, this felt like the writers, they found a way to write these two characters kind of like out, but then change their minds. And we're like, actually, no. Ned and MJ are still going to be in the movie. A lot, like MJ's in it quite a bit. It's not like a tiny role. Ned, in it probably as much as the other movies, to be honest. So that's just a personal preference. I think they could have went with other characters here just for a change of pace. The Raimi movies, MJ was always there, but he introduced a Gwen Stacy, right? He made it a little bit interesting. The Amazing Spider-Man didn't even have an MJ. So it was just Gwen Stacy. So like there is an opportunity. I didn't love that they just brought them right back into the fold, like whatever. There are too many characters in my opinion. This movie has like 50 characters in it. And I think that's another weakness for me, because prior Spider-Man movies are so Spider-Man focused. And I understand they need to connect this to the MCU in general. But the issue with that is that now you have to have 30,000 characters in all these Spider-Man movies, right? Because not only you have Ned and MJ, you have Peter, you have multiple villains, you have the Punisher, you have Bruce Banner, you have that cop that he's always talking to. You have that Metzger guy, the Wolf. Yeah, you got Metzger. You got like, there's literally 12 characters that have like meaningful things that they're doing in this movie. It's a lot. So I just think it's a little crammed. And this is not, obviously I gave it an 8 out of 10. So this is not like deal breaker, horrible things. These are just my gripes. On the positive side, I agree with everything else you said. I think this has the best Spider-Man action of any of the Holland movies. I would probably say maybe the best Spider-Man action period, like of any of the movies. The way the fight scenes are so good, you could tell they did a lot of guy in suit on strings and then CGI'd where they had to, instead of him being fully CGI jumping around like a maniac. You know what I mean? Even like the prison scene where he's like jumping and he like hits him and webs him on the walls. Like everything he did made sense to me. The thing with the hand, also in the trailer, the thing with that fight scene is fantastic. I thought it was great. The Hulk, because I'm glad you brought it up, because Hulk is my guy. Hulk is my favorite. I hate Professor Hulk. I hate it. And we've talked about this. I never liked it. I think it's very stupid.
Yeah, I don't like him either, yeah.
Get that out of here. Let Bruce Banner be a professor. Let the Hulk be a monster. I don't want a freaking big, smart green guy. I don't want that. So the fact that we've had to deal with Professor Hulk all the way till here, I was like, freaking A, like, can we not? Therefore, color me excited when we got like Savage Hulk back in this movie. Hype, bro. Hype. That was my most hype thing out of anything when they zoom in on the eyes and they're green and he freaking I'm like, this is the best part. And I won't lie, the fight scene is great. Too short. I know they have only a time limit. It's too short.
I would agree with you. That's the same way I felt. Like I was talking to my wife. I was like, okay, this felt like they had a lot of sequences they wanted to do, but I feel like Marvel or Disney was just like, wait, this is way too. You're giving too much to the audience. You're giving way too much. Yeah.
No, come on, like bro, that scene is great. It's so good. Hulk action wise, best since Ragnarok for Hulk. Like best action things he's done. But it's so short, and I get it. It's not a Hulk movie, so I can't sit here and cry about it like it's a Spider-Man movie. But personally, I just wish there was a little bit more. I'm gonna 1,000% agree with you. Punisher and who knew? Punisher and Spider-Man was the team up that everyone needed in their life. Spider-Man. I mean, Punisher and Daredevil, cool. Spider-Man and Punisher, fantastic.
And you know why it works, Nate? It works so well. Because Daredevil and Punisher live on the line of rated R, so they could talk whatever they could talk nasty, not nasty to each other. Yeah, they're older, they're grittier. But because this is a PG-13 and they're tugging the line between rated R and PG-13, and the fact that he's a kid and he's like more, so he has to watch what he says most of the time, and it just gets funny because it's just like a brother and it's like a middle brother and an older brother going at each other, and it's just like it's one of those funny things.
Peter's so 22 funny in this movie, if I'm correct, because they just graduated college, so he's like around 22 or 23 years old, and Frank is I don't know, even in his 40s,
45,
so,
or
it's almost like an uncle nephew thing, and because like I laugh so hard at that scene where they're talking, he's like, you got some mouth on you, kid, and meanwhile he's the one that curses and says all this stuff. Like it made me laugh. I think they have some of the best comedic moments. Also, bro. Where's the Punisher movie? This John Bernthal, born to play this role.
They did do one. I will say that
in the theater.
No, in the theater, yes, but he I think he wrote. I'll look it up, but I think he wrote the one
for Disney Plus.
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes. Technically, it was like an episode, but it's like a movie. Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see a 2-hour Punisher movie. I think it's time to see.
He looks great on the big screen. He got the presence. The Hulk scene with the guns, awesome. Loved it. I'm like,
that's funny. Yeah.
Give me Punisher on screen. So even though I just said there's too many characters, at least the ones they picked from MCU were fun and different for a Spider-Man movie. We can't really do too much other stuff. All I'll say is
we'll talk about the other stuff. I don't want to do
spoiler, but what I will say is I also don't love the villain in this movie. I do not love it as a concept. The execution's good. The execution's fine. I get I like how they did it works. I just don't like it. So again, a personal thing. Choose someone different to do something similar is kind of my thoughts on it. But whatever, I digress. I thought it was a great film. Do I like it better than Homecoming? Homecoming was my favorite. I'm with you there. They have different energies. Homecoming is a very high school, quick. Yeah. This is more emotional, grounded, serious at times.
I guess for me is I kind of like the transcendence or whatever you want to call it, to the version. It gets to the version of the comic book that you read, that you're going, oh damn, like this is comic book Spidey is like finally hits the screen, like that everyone's been waiting for. It's not that kid like you seeing. So in for my sense, I'm like, okay, great. But I agree. They both have different energies. Tom Holland, again, he's high school in that first one. But you have a great villain in that one that ties to Avengers. But I guess for me, I guess you're right. It's a seesaw, but it's just
tonally they're very different. Yeah. Also, the new director, what's his name? Destin. He did Destin. He did Shang-Chi. His name is Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah. Great job. I think it was very smart to move off of John Watts. Nothing wrong with John Watts. Again, I like Homecoming. He's a good director, but this guy seems. Yes, he seems to do better with the character stuff. And honestly, the action was better. Like, I think the action was better in this than in those movies. So overall, I think it is very, very good. I know a lot of people feel it's the best one. I'm not there. But I do think I can see it.
I'm going to be honest. I can see it.
I could see people saying that. I'm just not with them. I mean, I disagree. But I do think it is great. I'd put it top 3. Probably top 3. Maybe 2. I think Spider-Man 2 Raimi is better. But I think it's a similar story to this with Peter having to deal with a lot of personal stuff. And it's a little darker. Spider-Man 2 is darker than Spider-Man 1. And Spider-Man 1 has some dark parts with Green Goblin. So, it is that. But to me, I guess my main negatives would be a little bloated, too many characters. Positives are a lot of the other stuff. Very good film. So 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me.
And the music is freaking good in this too. The music is really good.
Michael Giacchino is back to the score. Yeah. It's great. Scottish Bears here. He says, "What's good, fellas?" And he gives us some beers. What's up? He said, "The action has the Jackie Chan stunt team all over it. The practical style of the swinging movements is to the influence of the Jackie Chan stunt team. Chan and his team are genius." Yeah. Oh, if that's the case, then
yeah. That looks. I mean, that prison scene alone. You go, great. Whoa. Yeah.
Tony says those writers also wrote the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Okay, so they've written all 4. They based a lot of the Spider-Man moments on the comic books. Yeah, they had a lot of comic book cover moments in this.
Which, they did it uniquely. Like, it wasn't forced. Like, I thought it was unique. I was like, oh, wow.
A little montage.
Yeah, but it worked, though, for people that are, you know what I think? What I liked about it was, if you're a really hardcore Spider-Man fan, and you see those Easter eggs, you're happy. You're like, oh. Maybe some other people be like, oh, this is a cool moment. Like, why is this? Remembering the scene in Avengers Civil War when Captain America is holding a shield and then Iron Man is blasting his thing, and that was a comic book cover. That whole sequence. So
and they do that a few times here.
Yeah, a lot of times.
yeah, that's true. I think it's like 4 or 5
of them. Yeah.
Tony then says MCU needs to not be afraid to do an F-bomb in their movies. No one cares, especially in Guardians 3. Drop a F-bomb. Tony, kids go see this. And the RPG-13, usually there's a little language, but like parents don't want to take their 4-year-old to see their favorite superhero drop F-bombs. I'm sorry.
The way they handled it was very well. It's not. Yeah, you know what he says. Like it's really clever. Yeah.
These are not R-rated films. They don't need to be. Some can. Deadpool can, but not all of them. Tony said, "I'm dying to see Gwen Stacy and Black Cat in the Tom Holland universe." Well, the director of you might director of Shang-Chi, so it makes sense. Brad says they finally unbitched the Hulk. Great way to put it. Yeah. He was once Thanos punched him, he'd been horrible ever since.
Let me tell you something, Nate. Yeah. When he said the line, "Stand back. Something inside me is broken." And I looked at my wife and I said, "Oh, man." I said, "This is not going to look good." And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. It's not a spoiler, but I'm just saying is when he just says, "My mind is broken," I went, "Oh."
That's what I like.
That's what I want to hear. I'm like,
and the next line was also great, but I won't say.
No, that other line, that line.
And I said, now we're cooking with grease, baby. I got hyped. I did. I almost started slapping.
Yeah,
people.
I did too. When he said that line, I said, "Oh no!" I was like, "This is good." But yeah,
Scottish Bear says the Jackie Chan stunt team directed the action. Chan himself directed the action sequences in the UK. That's awesome.
Wait, I love Jackie Chan?
Yeah, Jackie Chan himself directed action sequences that were filmed in the UK.
You think Jackie Chan was in one of the suits?
He was Spider-Man. No, he was the hand. All of the hand. It's not a race joke.
Yeah, he was in a Spider-Man, so that would be hilarious. Yeah. Spider-Man, Jackie Chan. That's
Then
funny.
Brad says they had great chemistry, talking about Spidey and
Punisher, yeah.
Punisher. Tony says best Punisher movie we've gotten is Punisher Warzone. That movie is a hard R. Well, there's only two, so I guess you either like one or the other. What's the third Punisher
Dolph
movie?
Lundgren, 80s.
Oh yeah. I don't even think about that one. I was thinking of Thomas Jane.
Oh,
or
you thinking that one? Yeah. You have
okay,
that
you're right.
one,
There's
yeah.
three. Well,
Yeah.
there's still not a lot to choose from.
No, but I think the Warzone. I mean,
I thought Warzone was fun.
They all in their own right. They were the product of that time's Punisher. I guess you want to say
that is very true.
Because if you think
Thomas Jane was very 2000s.
Remember we reviewed it. You had the explosions when he was grabbing him and dragging him. I was like, oh my god, like who does this? But I personally think Warzone is the best one. Like in terms of that.
It's very comic booky,
very graphic novel, like executions, you want to say. But I agree with that with Tony. Yeah,
I do too. Tony, you're right this time. Stephanie says, hey everyone, what's up, Stephanie?
What's up, Steph?
Tony says, question, thoughts on Ryan Gosling playing Ghost Rider? Okay, we will revisit this for sure. Ghost Rider MCU movie needs to be rated R. Okay, here he goes with his rated R. Surpass Nick Cage legendary performance as the character. All right, we'll get back to that. Stephanie says, I liked it, but didn't love it. She's talking about Spider-Man. I also prefer Spider-Man 2, the Raimi one. I did like the way it looked and that he's back to being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Agree. Rev is here. Oh, Rev. Oh, my gosh. What is a ghost is here. He said, what's clack-a-lackin'? What's up, Rev? Welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So let's, did you want to say anything else about Spider-Man before we go to Tony's question?
No, we'll talk offline because I want to see what other stuff you can't say.
Specifics.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony says, thoughts on Ryan Gosling playing Ghost Rider in the MCU? Well, that'll be one part of the question. The second part is, do we think it needs to be rated R? And the third part of the question is, do we think it will surpass Nick Cage's legendary performance as the character? I'll let you answer all three first.
I will say this. Anything or anyone will surpass that. So that's not even a shocker.
I could play him.
You could play
better.
him bald. And you'd be like, hey.
Just start shaking my head and light it on fire. That's Nicolas Cage. That's what Nicolas Cage did in those movies.
Ryan Gosling. Well, you already know how I'm not a crazy Ryan Gosling fan. So like for me, I was just like, whatever. He is a good actor. I personally believe, and I told you this many times, I personally believe he could have played Johnny Storm. I would have preferred him as Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four. He looks the look. He's very charismatic, good-looking guy, just like Johnny Storm. So they missed the ball on that one. I don't know much for Ghost Rider. I just know he's a flaming guy that's from hell. He rides a bike.
He's a flaming guy.
He's a flaming guy.
That could go two ways.
That could go two ways, but don't take it the wrong way, people.
His head's on fire.
Yeah, that's all I know from him. He has a chain and he grabs people and takes them to hell or whatever what is. I really don't know much about him. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, he's going to be wrong. He might be really good. He's now with the Marvel guys, so it might be really good. I mean, but then again, I'm not going to get my hopes up because they said Blade was going to be with Marshall Ali, and that never came out. So
it got canceled.
Yeah, so
Do you think it's going to be rated R?
Ooh, I think it's going to tug the line between rated R and PG-13. I don't think it's going to go hard R unless the bad guy is going to be like this super crazy bad guy. But if you're going to tie him up to the Avengers and stuff, I don't think so. To me, I personally don't think so. Like, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, Nate.
Like Blackheart or something like that again. And
yeah.
There's only like 3 Ghost Rider villains that anyone knows.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I think personally, I think it'd be PG-13, but tugging the line between that R where they could push it to the line. That's what I think.
All right. So Tony's question, number 1, I love Ryan Gosling. So that's where I know you're not the hugest. I love him. I think he's great. I like the casting. I'm just glad to see him in a comic book film. Yes. It took him a long time. He's one of the last stars that's a holdout.
He said he didn't want to do comic book movies. Well, him and Emily Blunt. Yeah. But then he did it. So it was pretty funny. Yeah. She was supposed to be Black Widow, and she said no.
She dropped out. Yeah.
Imagine her as.
That would have been fine with me. It would have been fine with me. I love Emily Blunt. So I like the casting. Do I think it will be rated R? I do not. I do not. I think my brain tells me Deadpool will remain sort of the only R-rated character.
Or Punisher.
Punisher. Now, should it be rated R is a different question. And in this case, I might say maybe, because he's kind of a horror. He's like the MCU version of like Constantine. He deals with like demons and devils and monsters and creatures, you know? So it's a darker tone. So it could be, but I don't think it will be. I think it will be like Constantine. Oh no, Constantine was rated R, but it wasn't like a hard R. So I think
wasn't hard R.
Line. Yeah, maybe it'll be like just whatever will get it to PG-13, and they'll do that. Will it surpass Nicolas Cage? Absolutely. Calling that a legendary performance is insane. He's horrible in the first movie, and he's literally insane in the second movie. So no, I think he will be better than Nick Cage. Brad says Tony wants every movie to be rated R, and Jay says and drop F-bomb. And then Tony says that's not true. They're just some characters that need to be R-rated to do justice to the character, and he's a rated R character like Spawn and Hellboy. Well, the Hellboy movies, the first two were PG-13, and they're better than the rated R one. Oh, let me not get him started because I think he loves the rated R one. Ghost Rider movies are guilty pleasures, especially the second one. It's bad, but a blast to watch how crazy and zany Nick Cage is.
Is it Nate Wolverine rated R?
Logan was.
Logan, right? No, but what I mean in terms of character, he's rated R.
It could be because he's very violent. He has blades for hands.
PG-13 on the others, right?
You could fit any of these people could go. You could do either one, really.
Yeah.
And then Rev says, Tony, Ghost Rider is not a blast to watch. It is for Tony, man. Shout out to Tony.
I never seen the sequel. I mean, I know we're doing it on the podcast.
We're doing it on AMG, both.
Yeah, but I never seen the sequel of
It's
Ghost
horrible.
Rider.
It's worse than mini Ghost Rider review without I haven't seen this in 12 years. Mini Ghost Rider review. I remember the first one being bad and very 2000s, and I remember the sequel being worse by a million yards. So yeah, he pisses fire in one scene. Like literally, there's a scene of him pissing and fire's coming out. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to laugh or I don't know? I hated it. So anyway, Ghost Rider. Those are our thoughts, Tony. We like Alex's whatever. I like Gosling. We don't think it'll be rated R. And yes, he will surpass Nicolas Cage's the legendary performance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Now, now I got questions for you. Usually, and then we'll wrap this up. Usually, you're the one that has all the side questions. So speaking of questions, you had Comic-Con. You had no X-Men announcements, which was upsetting. No, they did not. But you got
some now.
Now we do. That's what I was going to ask you. So currently, we have Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. And then the big rumor that a lot of people, it is technically a rumor, but a lot of people are saying there's a lot of fire where there's smoke. So it could be. And that is Kaylee Spaney from Alien Romulus, the main girl, to play Rogue. And Charles Melton, what would you know Charles Melton from? He was in... Oh, you know what he was in? He was in remember the new Bad Boys movie? The one where they had that team with Vanessa Hudgens? He's the Asian one. The kind of younger, to play Beast, which is going to be mostly CGI, but they're younger. They're in their 20s, both actors. So those are one is confirmed. The other two are rumors. What are your thoughts? I have thoughts on them as well. What are your thoughts on these casting things?
Samantha Weaving is gorgeous. So she's Emma Frost?
Emma Frost.
Yeah, the last time we see Emma Frost on screen was with...
First Class.
Yeah, Jessica Jones.
January Jones.
January Jones. Yeah, her. So
she was horrible. By the way,
she was bad. But in terms of Samantha Weaving, great actress. I think they will do a good job. In terms of Rogue is very weird, right? Like we haven't seen Rogue since the girl from Vampires. In the
Anna Paquin is the only person who's played Rogue on screen.
But she wasn't even Southern. So is this one going to be like, hey, sugar? Like,
I hope so.
I hope she's Southern. But again, I don't know until I see her in costume. So how will she look? I mean, she was good in Alien Romulus. I thought she was a good actress. But in terms of Southern, I just hope for Rogue, she acts like Rogue. I hope she's not an actress that has a little accent and throughout the movie it becomes English.
Yeah.
You know how it happens like throughout these damn movies.
And she's Australian, Samara Weaving. So I don't know. She should be Australian. Emma Frost.
Maybe Emma Frost. But yeah, I mean, and then the Beast. You know, Beast. I always think of Beast British because of the cartoon. Like when you see
He's not British. He's just smart. He's British. He's not British. He just talks very proper. If they make British Beast,
bro,
if
they make him, like I said, like I always thought of Beast British because the way he speaks, like I guess you're right. I mean, proper English, but he sounded really like I was like, oh, okay, I'm like,
he wears glasses. He's British.
I don't know. I think it's a good pick. Maybe he nailed it in the audition. If he did do an audition, you know who I'm waiting for to be casted.
Yeah,
Cyclops. You gotta know who the hell Cyclops is. I want to see who Cyclops and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a Gambit, a young Gambit?
Yeah.
Who's gonna be playing
Storm.
Professor X? Oh, well, Storm is
Storm's
gonna be
one.
casted by Ryan Coogler for Black Panther 3. She's in that movie.
But who is it gonna be? That's what I'm saying.
We don't
It's
know.
a big character.
Yeah, so we don't know in that front. Magneto, who's the new Magneto, because it's not gonna be Michael Fassbender. He did his time, right? And Mystique, right?
So okay,
I already know
Triboro's
who you
here.
do.
What's up? What's up, Triboro? What's
I
up,
already
Triboro?
know what you're gonna say because I
saw that online and I
know you got mad hype.
I was like, please,
your
God,
cheeks are red.
You know what? When I did my nightly prayers, I said,
Yeah.
God, let this happen, please. No, okay. So quick on the other ones. I think Samara Weaving's an amazing choice for Emma Frost. Gorgeous, good actress too. Very good actress. Blonde, blue eyes. Got the look. Got the physique. Got the acting talent. I love it. Perfect casting. Kaylee Spaney as Rogue. I saw a picture. They used a picture from one of the comics of Rogue, and she had like a short haircut. And I was like, I see it. I see it. If this kind of what they're going with, like she had the costume, the little jacket, everything, but like a shorter haircut, and she doesn't have to be tall,
not the curly,
not the big, the big luscious like cartoon Rogue. Yeah,
the 80s puff. Yeah,
right. She had the shorter hair, but Rogue doesn't have to be big, right? Rogue's strong because she could take other people's powers, so she could be small. Doesn't matter. So I'm okay with Kaylee Spaney. I think she's a good actress. Charles Melton's a good actor, and he's playing Beast, which again, if they're gonna make him blue. He's going to be mostly CGI anyway, I'm assuming. So I'm fine with all of those.
The practical version, I'm going to be honest with you, didn't look good in the first class. When he was
Kelsey Grammer?
No, the other one.
Oh, you're talking about Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, that did not look bueno. I did not like
the
the way
he
it looked.
Did look kind of good in X-Men The Last Stand. Kelsey Grammer Beast looked good.
Yes, the older version because he's more mature. So you can fluff him out. When he's small,
they should do that. They should not do CGI. They should just do that. Do makeup.
Yeah, but not the smaller, not a cub. Make him a big beast.
Well, Charles Melton is he was just in that horrible movie I saw that Her Private Hell. He's in that. And he's got a good physique. He's in good shape. He looks like he's probably a little tall. So I think it's a good pick. If they're going to do practical makeup, I actually like that. I think he's cool. Yeah, the casting, that is a rumor. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But I saw she was lobbying for it. And I was like, call her up. What are we doing? My girl from Obsession, Indy Navarrete, talking about, I want to play Mystique. And I said, please make it happen. First of all, Mystique turns into other people anyway, right? So it ain't like she got, but another one where they showed a picture of Mystique, like with the hair, red hair and paint her blue. She would be great. She's a great actress. We saw in Obsession that what she can really do. And she's a big nerd. If you got an actress who's like kind of hot at the moment and they're like, I want to play this nerdy movie role, let her. She probably knows about it. So if they cast her, I actually think they have an opportunity here to really get a great young cast that they can use for the next like 10 or 12 years and let them get into their 30s with these characters and they'll still be good, right? Because the problem is a lot of times they cast people who are 38 and then in a few years they're already in their 40s or they're too old to play the role. So Kaylee Spaney's in her 20s. I think Charles Melton's in his 20s. Samara Weaving is not but that's okay. I don't think she's going to be like in many, many movies.
Yeah.
But Indy Navarrete's 25. Like, they do need some good. The X-Men are young in general. Like, they get older, but they go to a school, and that's where they grow up from. So I think they did it in First Class a little bit, and I think that's the route to go. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
No,
real quick.
You're right though, because it makes sense, right? Because Tom Holland grew with Spider-Man. Like, you totally see it. Like, if you see Homecoming and then you start watching each of the movies into this new movie, Brand New Day, you see how grown he got. And it's cool because the character grows with him, and that's what I kind of like this movie, but it grows with him. You're right. With X-Men, it's always the problem because they get them in their 40s, and then they become big actors, and then they can't come back due to obligations doing another franchises and stuff. Where
by the time they can, they're 63.
Right. Yeah, they're older than what they were in the first movie. So you're absolutely right. My only thing is, if you're going to do a young X-Men cast in this MCU timeline, or New Mutants, I think it was called X-Men New Mutants or something.
Yeah.
How are you going to divvy it up, right? Because are you going to go with the Iceman, Nightcrawler, Beast, Cyclops, and then Wolverine comes later with Rogue? Or are you just going to go straight up the heavy hitters as youngers?
That's a good question, because the OG X-Men team is Beast, Cyclops, Iceman,
Nightcrawler,
Archangel, Storm, and
Nightcrawler.
No. Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler, Beast, Cyclops, Archangel, Iceman,
and
Rogue, and Jean Grey. That's like the OG team. So Rogue's not even in that. And if they're talking about rumored for, I think they're going to go 90s style X-Men probably. So like Gambit, Rogue, Beast, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Jean Grey, Professor X. That's my guess.
If they do Storm, I got to have her explain everything she does, like in the cartoon. I'm going to use the elements of rain
to make you wet and slip around on the floor. Then I'm going to blast wind till you get pneumonia. And then she does it.
This is the time we use fog and elements. Help me during. Yeah, you got to have that Storm. Yeah, she was funny.
So, I think, and if you look at the casting of Jean Grey, young actress, right? Like 24. So I feel like that's the age. They're looking mostly for people in their mid-20s, which is cool with me.
That's where I think, personally, where Professor X and Magneto has to be actors in their 40s. So that's why I am lobbying for Patrick Wilson to be Professor X. My man Ed Lauren from the Conjuring movies. I think he would be him.
Patrick Wilson.
And then Magneto. Ooh. You have to have a good actor for Magneto.
It's got to be someone. Magneto has a lot of gravitas to him.
I would totally go Adam Driver, because Adam Driver would be. Oh, he has the long hair. Just paint that bitch white.
Yeah, and he's tall.
He's tall.
A big tall guy.
Very menacing when he talks. Very deep voice. Yeah. He has that. He has the oopswa.
Yeah, I could see. I could see that. Yeah, so real quick, let's go to the chat. Jay says, I want a rated R Howard the Duck. Of course you do, you freak.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. Not really. Harrison says, I'm curious how they're going to do Magneto. World War II plays a big role in his origin. And then he said, Beast has a New England accent. Not England accent. Not England accent. Triburrow's here. What's up, Triburrow? He said, Alex and Nate, the OTC. And then he acknowledged us. Thank you, Triburrow. Tony says, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Count me in for the action movie, guys. I know we'll talk about me joining in the past, but the movie would be a good one. Okay, we'll figure it out. Triburrow says, are they bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or cast a younger version? Then
rumors are Hugh Jackman's final film is Secret Wars, and then that's it as Wolverine.
I'm okay. I thought it was Logan was his final.
No. They said he said he wanted.
No, I mean he was in Deadpool Wolverine, but I'm just saying if Logan was his final film, I would have been okay with that.
Oh no, yeah,
so I'm okay with whatever it is.
But I think he said one of his bucket list thing was that he wanted to do with the Avengers, like he wanted to be with to do, because he hasn't done it. I didn't think of it. I was like, wait a minute, he never did join.
He was in a few team movies. He'd been by himself for his last few movies.
Yeah, so I think he wants to be. I think he wants to be with scenes where like Cap and
I want to be back with my team. Please put me back with my team. And then Tony says also no excitement for the Spawn reboot. Nope.
No.
Brad says Hugh Jackman is going to be playing Wolverine until he's 85. Yeah, at this rate, he is
Yeah.
going to be 85. Charborough says Tom Holland has played the best version of Peter Parker / Spider-Man.
Yes.
Rumors are that Adam Driver is actually playing the villain Mr. Sinister, which also is cool. I love.
I
Mr.
know you
Sinister.
like him.
He's cool.
I don't know.
They've
I
never
think
done
he
him on
fits,
screen.
I think he fits better as
Magneto.
He has that look like a germ, like a dude that was caught by Nazis.
He looks like a big German. That's what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say
He
that. but I
looks
was
like
thinking
a
I'm
German.
wrong. He looks like a German.
Oh my gosh!
But I
and
think
then
he
Tony
fits
says,
that era.
I'm okay with either one, honestly.
Yeah.
I would take him as Mr. Sinister or Magneto.
Isn't Mr. Sinister Cyclops' dad?
It's not his dad. It's Nathaniel Essex. But Cyclops is like the only one who can like kill him.
Be his ass.
beans. Yeah. The beans. He melts him or some crap like that. So Tony says that's okay. Hugh Jackman is the perfect Wolverine. What people say Christopher Reeve's Superman, no one could do the character better than he did. We'll see. Question.
Yeah.
What's the movie that did the most damage to the MCU? Quantumania, The Marvels, or Thor Love and Thunder?
I'm gonna answer this mad
three.
easy.
Yeah.
I never seen none of those. I never seen them, so Nate could answer that. I never seen
I've
those.
seen all of them.
Mm.
I'm gonna say The Marvels had to because it was the only one that was like it was the most biggest bomb of all of them. Like it, no one liked it, and it made like $200 million, something crazy. Like that was I think that was like the death of it until this. And Spider-Man doesn't technically count because it's a Sony movie, so
Yeah.
I know it's MCU characters, but it's not it's not a Disney movie, so they're still not recovered from the Marvels. Honestly, Love and Thunder was bad,
right?
Until Doomsday. Doomsday will be the true judge of if the MCU is truly back, not Spider-Man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it is. After watching the trailer, I mean, let's just talk about it because you saw the trailer. Sure. I assume
I did.
Let's just talk the trailer and then we'll call it quits for the night.
Okay.
I think that trailer got me hyped. Just seeing the X-Men alone, I didn't care for Doom, and that's the thing, right? Because what I like about this movie is whatever fan you're of, it's on the screen. So, like, we always wanted to see Gambit on screen. Now we get to see him again, right? Because we saw him in Deadpool Wolverine, but this time we get to see more of him. I don't know how much more because we don't know what the movie entitles, but seeing Cyclops in that comic accurate suit and he shoots the optic blast. I know it's going to be more of scenes with him and the original X-Men doing some ass whipping that people want to see. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be the movie that it's going to grow a lot. Yeah. Yeah, because it opens up now the gates. Like, I mean, from the movie itself, it looks like all the universes are coming together. So it looks like they're crashing somehow. But I have a feeling this isn't neat. Like this is the movie. I think this is like all the years pent up of the X-Men. Everyone wanted to see their versions on screen. I think the Russo brothers is about to give everybody what they wanted, pretty much. So
yeah,
I don't know what you think.
I thought the trailer was fine. I agree. I'm a big X-Men guy. You know, we have done all the X-Men movies. You know, we've reviewed all of them on the podcast. So go back and check those out if you haven't heard them. But I've always loved the X-Men films. I grew up on X-Men. You know, as a child of the 90s, they were the biggest thing, especially like early 90s, the animated series, the movies, everything. So I love the X-Men. So it is cool that they're back. I don't know how I feel about the movie because I don't know the story, right? And I know that they're doing Secret Wars, and I've heard about and I've read up on Secret Wars. Like, I know what that is, but how do they get there? I don't know what this movie's going to do.
I'll tell you quick because I saw the panels where they talked about it.
Okay.
A little bit. The movie pretty much is something happens to Dr. Doom where he convinces the Fantastic Four to come to other universes to do something. But what happens is that he did something, he manipulated something that the universes and the cosmos are starting to overlap and connect.
It's the incursions that started happening in Doctor Doom.
Right. So that starts to happen. And Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, if you see the trailer, you're going to see them walking past Bucky in them, and they look all shocked. But they digitally removed Steve Rogers and Doomsday because you didn't want them to be in the same scene. But they're gonna explain to them what happens. Then they're gonna go to Earth, whatever the hell it is, where X-Men is, and they're gonna go in the mansion. And when they go into the mansion, the X-Men is gonna think they're threats, and that's when they start to fight each other. But the real bad guy is Doctor Doom, and then the same thing in the other things is gonna happen throughout. But the scene they're talking mostly about the X-Men one, and they said that the Avengers are going there to ask for help, but they're like, oh hell no, they think they're threats because they're like other mutants. So,
to my knowledge, the end goal of this film, of these two films, I think, Doomsday and Secret War, is to reset the Marvel universe so we don't have a multiverse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, I think, the incursions, even though I hate the multiverse part of the MCU, I think it's horrible and confusing and weird. I'm glad they're going to be done with it. So I don't know. I agree with Harrison. He just said, I also think it's going to be a lot of setup for Secret Wars. None of the movies from this phase have led to it, versus in the past phases where they all built up to the Avengers film, which is true. There's been no real build up here to Doomsday just appearing out of nowhere pretty much. So, or Doctor Doom, not Doomsday, Doctor Doom. I do think Doctor Doom's a great villain. I'm interested to see how they do the whole thing with Robert Downey Jr. playing him. I like the accent. I think he sounds cool.
Oh, he sounds really good. I was like,
I like the costume. I think he looks good. Yeah. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Harrison says, I'm indifferent to it. I'm afraid it's just going to be Cameo, the movie. And there is going to be a lot of cameos. Brad says, they're trying to get me hyped for this movie with a Shang-Chi and Gambit fight. Yeah, that's true. I don't really care about no Shang-Chi. Triborough says, Marvel will easily make a zillion bucks this year with both Brand New Day and Doomsday. And Triborough, I know you're hoping Doomsday does good after you saw how good Spider-Man did for this box office game.
I mean, I'm really excited because I think I think they showed a new trailer during the panels. They showed a new trailer where
they showed, and I saw some of the blur. It was blurry as hell, though. I didn't know what was going on.
So Doctor Doom raises the Sentinels. That's why Cyclops takes his shit off, and he's like, and then he's like, well, I just do that. They don't play the X-Men music.
That music comes on.
Let me tell you, that music goes on. I'm punching someone next to me. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is crazy.
Angelina.
I'm gonna punch my wife. In the face. You know what? That would be pretty interesting. Like if they create the theme song from the X-Men movie during the movie when they're all fighting, like when they all start doing their stuff.
I feel like they should. They use it in the Spider-Man movies. The Spider-Man.
That's true.
That's from an old freaking cartoon or something like that. Like they use that.
The scene in the trailer that got me really hyped is when Cyclops comes through the door and he has the comic book thing, and I was just like, I was like, whoa! But we don't know what happens. But
I bet you he's in the movie for 5 minutes.
I bet so. I mean, I think they all do the X-Men when the incursions. I think it's gonna be the big fight, and then they disappear. Then it's gonna be mostly Doom and all these other people.
Well,
but
I have a feeling we're in for some good fight scenes.
3-hour movies though, so you might have the X-Men for a while.
I think we're good. We're in for some good fight scenes and a ton of exposition. It
could be.
I think the writing is just going to be them explaining stuff. We got to do this because of this, because of this. We got this thing because of this, because of this. And I think that's going to be most of the dialogue. I don't think it's going to be very much. That's where I agree with Harrison. I don't think we're getting character stuff. I don't think we're getting really anything like that. It's going to be explaining why we're doing X to prevent Z fight scene. X, Y, Z fight scene. That's my thoughts. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see certain characters interact with certain characters, and I still like the comic book movies for the most part. I don't have comic book fatigue. I think it exists, but I still go see all these at the theater, and I enjoy them for the most part.
You know what I don't want? A MacGuffin. They are
it's gonna be
stupid crystal of the last Macalias.
I bet you any amount of money there's gonna be a device. There's gonna be a device. Okay. Like, I don't know anything, guys. Don't get mad at me. I don't know anything. I bet you there's going to be a device that stops the incursions. And then everyone's going to be going for this device. That's my guess. I don't know anything else besides that. But there will be a MacGuffin. The good guys will want to get it. The bad guys will want to get it. And Dr. Doom will get it.
Yeah, I just hate the MacGuffin, bro. I don't want to be like, this crystal is going to encourage the planets, and And
This
I'm like,
device will stop all incursions. It's a device.
You
It won't say
killed
how it
my
works or nothing.
family, and now it's time to this. One line he said in the trailer, gave me goosebumps when he said, "You guys lived a fake life or something. It's time to revert to your real lives." And I said, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" I was like, "Bro, that's kind of." It's when he's about to fight Thor. He says it when Thor's charging up. He's like, "You lived a good life." Like, I was like, "Whoa!"
It's kind of crazy that he stopped Thor's axe with like a
two fingers, bro. I was like, "Oh,
Ooh,
snap!"
Man. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. For the most part, I hope it's good. I hope every movie is good because I want to go watch them. I never hope a movie's bad so that when I go see it, I hate my time. So I'm hoping it's great. We'll see. 3 hours is long. I thought Spider-Man was long and it was 2 hours 25. So 3 hours. There better be some amazing big set piece action moments, and I might be okay with it.
Yeah, see, so right here it says Thor says, "You'll beg for hell long before I grant it." And then Dr. Doom goes, the finger thing.
Yeah, I like
with the
that.
pinky, he went, "Wapow." And then he said, Hell answers to me. I am Doom. And I went,
Me?
And then it went, ding, 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 ding. But no, so yeah. So look, looking forward to it. More news come out. We'll cover it a little bit here and there. No spoilers and stuff, and no rumors. I don't want to talk about rumors that they said that, the freaking
I don't know.
the black bird of the X-Men is gonna show up. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that. But we'll talk about more X-Men news. The more they drop it, the more cast members that they can start revealing. We'll talk about it here on the channel and give our thoughts on the young X-Men that's going to be appearing on screen. Hopefully, like I said, I want to see who's going to play Cyclops. That's my dude. I want to see who is going to be the young Cyclops going forward, leading the way. And, of course, Professor X. You got to see who's Professor X because
I feel like Cyclops could be 30. Everyone else got to be in their 20s. He's a little older because he's like the leader. I think he should be 30. Get an actor who looks 30.
30 or 29?
Yeah, like late 20s, early 30s. Get him there. Because if Jean is a love interest and she's in her mid-20s, that's okay. Maybe a few years older. They don't got to be the same exact age.
Yeah.
Give me, because he is like the leader in the field, right? And Professor X, the leader, he's sort of the captain of the team. He should be a little bit older than them, but not much older. Give me a 30-year-old Cyclops, 30-ish, and I'll be happy.
And don't give me a stupid visor. I'm tired of the stupid visors. Oh, he has some horrible visors in some of these movies.
Oh, now Brad just said Cooper Hoffman has been the main rumor casting. I hate that.
Who's Cooper? I don't even know who Cooper
That's
Hoffman
Philip
is.
Seymour Hoffman's son.
Okay.
He's a great actor, but he's like a chubby. You want chubby Cyclops?
No, they're gonna make him work out.
Well, he better work out. He better start now. And Cyclops is tall. I don't know how tall he is.
Let me see. Cooper Hoffman.
Bro does not look like Cyclops.
He looks kind of. He's big.
Great actor though. How tall is he?
Height. He's okay. 5'9".
Not big enough.
No, Cyclops is like
Cyclops gotta be like
6'2",
6'2".
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Cyclops, X-Men height. This is funny. We're looking at height for these.
How tall is this guy?
6'3". We were close.
Yeah.
No.
He 6'2". I do think Cooper Hoffman is a great actor, but not for that role.
Hey, look at this. You ready? Official comic book height. Main universe, Earth 616. So most like keep that number in your head for the movie. Earth 616. Cyclops is 6 feet 3 inches, weighs 195. So my man was jacked.
Yeah.
In the Ultimate Universe, he's Earth 1610, 6 feet. He's only 6 feet, and he weighs 170. So unless they're going with the universe, not accurate Cyclops, where he's taller, like you said.
Yeah. Either way, 5'9" is too short.
5'9" is too
Cooper
short.
Hoffman,
He has to be big.
He's a really solid actor, but I don't like him for that role.
You know who could play him? And I hate to say this. I think he's stiff as a stick. I don't like him because my wife likes him. Is that Jordy Van Body? What his name is?
Jordan Van Body. Who's that? Bro, I don't know who Jordy Van Body is, but what's he in?
That he was in the Winchesters of the Hushkba. What?
What the hell? I don't know.
The movie with Harley Quinn. He's in Bad Dogs or Good Dogs or War Dogs. Hot Dogs. What's the new movie with Ridley Scott? He's the pilot.
Oh, Jacob Elordi.
Yes, I was way.
Oh, you know what?
He's a
She's
Cyclops.
Right. He's tall as hell.
He could play Cyclops,
and he's still young. Yeah, you know what? Jacob Elordi is actually a very good casting choice. He has a square jaw. He's tall. He got the dark hair. He's young. He's in his 20s.
Australian actor. Actually, he has the jaw. Look.
Dude, Jacob Elordi can play.
He's 6'5".
He'd be the tallest Cyclops ever.
Look.
Yeah, dude.
Cyclops.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Shout out Angelina. He's 29. Okay, that's perfect. I said he got to be around 30. 29, tall, jaw, good actor, very good actor. Played Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
He looks like Scott Summers if you put red eyes on him.
I actually like it.
It works.
Brad here says, I put a few dollars on Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Let's see.
And I got one for you that my brother said, and we'll look him up and see what you think too.
He's 37.
Little old.
You know why?
He can play younger.
He kind of looked like a Scott Summers. You know, he could play his brother, Havoc.
And he's a very good physique, very fit.
Yeah.
How he can do it. I think he's tall. I feel like he's tall.
Let's see.
Go down. Keep going. Oh, I thought it showed his height.
He's 6 feet even, so he's the other universe.
So my brother said he thinks the guy from he was in that Ends With Us movie, Brandon Sklenar, the guy from Drop, Brandon Sklenar, Brandon, and then SK, and he right there, that guy.
Oh, so Cyclops?
My brother said he should play Cyclops. He's like 6'2"
He's
or 6'3". He's younger. He's a year younger than Glenn Powell.
I don't, dude.
He's tall. He's tall too. So
6'2".
Yeah.
Oh, and he's born in Jersey.
He's a fit. He's a fit guy too.
You know who he could play? Oh, right.
Look at that, bro. That's Cyclops right there. Look at that.
He's big right there. You know who he could play? Bruce Wayne.
He could. I agree. I think he could play Bruce Wayne as well.
I think he could play a good Bruce Wayne. Oh well, look, they have him.
Oh look,
they have him in the suit.
They CGI'd him.
They CGI'd him in the suit.
I think Jacob Elordi, bro. I think Jacob
wins.
I think he. You know what? I think he could. He has the potential to get oversaturated, but I don't think so. I feel like he picks good roles for the most part. He's young. He's good looking. He's tall.
Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, he has the age. Girls like him. I like him. You know, I don't think he's like annoying to men and cool to girls. I think he could play Cyclops.
That dude is Cyclops, dude.
Yeah, I like it. I
don't know
like
about this pick though, but yeah.
Okay, no, don't look at that one.
No.
Look at that one. The one on the left. Straight on. Put an optic visor on him. Yeah.
This one?
Put some goggles on him. That's Cyclops, dude. Look at the jawline.
I agree.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think, this dude could play Cyclops.
And he's at the age range. They could lock him up for 4 or 5 movies over the next 10, 12 years. He'll only be 41 by the time he's done. That's good.
What? That's our fan casting. That's who we
fan casting. Give me Obsession Girl for Mystique. Give me Jacob Elordi for Cyclops. And give me Patrick Wilson for Professor X. And let's get Adam Driver for Magneto, dog. This movie,
that would be
$1 billion.
And then you get the black chick from Jurassic World, the one that you hated, the pilot.
Oh God,
what's her name? She was the pilot. Oh,
yeah, I know. I remember her in Dominion.
Yeah, she could play Storm.
I think she might be too old. I think if they want to go young with Storm too,
you
or
think
like
so?
in the same age range, I would assume. I don't know.
Who plays her? Let's see.
Go to Jurassic World Dominion. I think she's the only black woman in it.
Dude, I think she's Storm. Bro. That's my Storm.
DeWanda Wise. I mean, how old is 42? I don't know. She's pretty. She's very pretty.
Storm is the oldest also.
Okay, if she's the oldest, I guess, she could pass for a little bit younger. I mean, it's not horrible.
42, I mean, it's not as bad.
Brad wants Chase Infinity as Storm.
Chase
Infinity. That she was in One Battle After Another. Yep, right there.
For Storm?
26. She's too light skinned. I think.
No, she has to be African.
Storm is like a little darker.
Yeah, she's darker. Actually,
This girl could play somebody though. She's a up and coming young actress. She can play someone else. I don't know who.
We're gonna have to do our fan cast.
We'll have to do more fan casting. We'll do a special episode where we each present a cast and have everybody vote on.
All right, so we brought to the table. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take those actors and put them in the X-Men roles and see what they look like. Yeah. So the next live stream, me and Nate, we're gonna put together the list of who we think, and then I'm gonna render them as X-Men characters, and then we're gonna see if it works or not. So we're gonna scour.
My brother said not only that guy psychos. My brother said Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine because he's short, because he's little.
You know what? I think it could work
if he does just work out a little bit. I think it could work. He's not a tall guy. He could. Nope. Wolverine's like 5'4" or something.
Could work. Who could be?
Bro, Harry Potter as Wolverine? That would be crazy.
That would be done.
Expectum claws. Slashing people. And then he just starts murderizing people. I'm for it.
That actually pretty good. All right, so we're gonna do our fan cast. We're gonna see how they look for the next live stream. Our fan, the GNF X-Men fan cast, and see what we think. How would they look in those roles? Okay, well with that said, guys, thank you so much for joining the show. Watching us. If you guys are catching the replay, thank you so much. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the episode. Smash those subscribe buttons if you guys are new to the channel. We got a lot of content coming out this week. We have tons of reviews, 4K reviews, unboxings, and more. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll be live again next Sunday. This Sunday coming up, we're gonna be live, or whatever next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday we'll be back live with more stuff, and then we're gonna show off our GNF X-Men fan cast and see if they fit those roles as X-Men characters.
Oh my gosh,
see if it's a hit or miss. Till then, guys, have a good night. Be awesome to each other and geek out.